It's been a years-long prenup party for Bezos and Sanchez. Here's the real reason their wedding didn't qualify for next-day delivery, and a surprising look at how weird their relationship is. Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez's massive, star-studded Italian wedding is the talk of Hollywood. The June 24th to June 26th event brings A-listers like Leonardo DiCaprio, Oprah Winfrey, Kim Kardashian, and more to Venice. And apparently planning the whole thing was such a massive undertaking that it was the reason Bezos and Sanchez decided to sit out the 2025 Met Gala. But why did it take so long to happen in the first place? The couple initially got engaged in May 2023, which means the ceremony itself has been more than 2 years in the making. Bezos reportedly wanted to make things official much sooner, only for his and Sanchez's prenuptial agreement to delay the wedding significantly. In October 2024, an anonymous source speaking to the Daily Mail, allegedly a friend of Bezos, claimed that the Amazon founder's attorneys were the ones urging him to take his foot off the gas on the way to the altar. Apparently, you have to worry about a little thing called money when you're a billionaire. The source said, Jeff is so crazy about her that he would get married tomorrow if he could, but I hear that they are still sorting out a prenup. His lawyers won't let him move ahead without it. Considering Bezos' last divorce settlement came to the tune of $38 billion, there's probably good reason for his lawyers to be cautious.
I'm an optimist.
A separate source, also identified as a friend of the couple, confirmed that neither Bezos nor Sanchez was the one holding up their I do's. The source shared that they were both eager to make the marriage happen. That wasn't the only factor getting in the way of a dream destination wedding either. Though any legal concerns holding up Jeff and Lauren's wedding have apparently been worked out, they ran into another hitch when it came to planning the giant, star-studded ceremony. Apparently, they got some pushback about their wedding locale of choice. By all accounts, many Venice residents weren't super happy to hear about the extravagant 3-day event descending on their city. As reported by Today, on June 16th, numerous Venetians stepped out to protest the wedding with the slogan, "No space for Bezos," a reference to the Amazon founder's part in the billionaire space race. The protesters were, not unsurprisingly, worried that the influx of visitors and pomp would result in their daily lives being disrupted, and they were particularly frustrated with their local government for agreeing to host the wedding. Even people who don't live in the city were peeved. Tourists visiting Venice for their own casual holidays have reportedly expressed similar concerns as well. The city of Venice itself pushed back on this, however, saying that everybody's blowing the whole thing out of proportion and that neither locals nor tourists need to worry. The statement said, "The many speculations and fake news circulating about Jeff Bezos' wedding are completely unfounded." The statement added that the wedding would only have 200 guests, hardly a citywide disruption. Sanchez, for her part, hasn't let the local politics of the event get her down. She told Today that she was just focusing on being a bride.
I'm going to be 55.
Oh, girl.
That, I'd be an author, that I'd be getting married. I mean, life is just beginning.
A source also told AP that the couple did think about the impact on the city and worked with local Venetian businesses to furnish a lot of the wedding's decor and catering, saying that about 80% of the wedding's budget was going to stay in the city. Considering the Daily Mail estimates the ceremony to run somewhere between $15 and $20 million, that's a lot of euros going into Venice's economy.
Repeated infidelity, defamation suits, and a never-ending engagement. Is this the recipe for a happy couple? In the case of Lauren Sanchez and Jeff Bezos, the jury is still out. Despite their very public engagement, sometimes it feels like Jeff and Lauren are on completely different pages about their wedding. Lauren, at least, speaks about it publicly from time to time. While appearing on The Today Show in November 2024, she admitted that she has started getting her thoughts in order about her dress and the ceremony's details.
I do have a Pinterest. I'm just like every other bride.
And while she seemed pretty enthusiastic to talk about her nuptials, her groom-to-be has not been so public about his own excitement. Instead, Bezos has been quick to squash any and all rumors surrounding their wedding. In response to whispers that the couple planned to tie the knot in Aspen, he wrote on X, "This whole thing is completely false. None of this is happening." At no point in the post did Bezos even hint toward his future with Lauren or clarify where they were planning on getting married. Instead, the billionaire vehemently denied that he and Sanchez were about to wed, which seems like a red flag.
That you were proposing to me.
Really? Because it sounded like you thought I was trying to set you on fire.
Lauren Sanchez dated several men before she and Jeff got together, and she's broken off her fair share of engagements over the years. In 2019, an insider dished to Page 6 that Sanchez's first fiancé was the late sports broadcaster, Rory Marcus. At the time, Sanchez was still in the early days of her career, working as an intern at a local TV station. She ended things when she left the station. According to the UK Sun, it was while working at another local TV station that Sanchez met former Denver Broncos player Anthony Miller in 1996. He told the outlet that Lauren relentlessly insisted that he propose, and Miller only popped the question because he didn't want to hear about it anymore. While Miller later claimed that their relationship ended because Sanchez cheated on him, another source claimed he was actually the one who was unfaithful. Miller also claimed that Lauren barely ever paid for anything during their relationship, and she didn't even return his engagement ring after they split up in 1999. Later on, Page Six reported that Sanchez also found love with Henry Simmons, and they started living together after getting engaged. However, while that was going on, she struck up a new romance with her future ex-husband, Patrick Whitesell. Given all this, it's pretty safe to say that Sanchez and Bezos' relationship may not be as secure as it seems. In 2025, Jeff and Lauren went to President Donald Trump's inauguration. Being part of such a high-profile event would probably bring most couples closer, but Lauren and Jeff are a different story. During the ceremony, the pair looked so uncomfortable together that an expert took note. Speaking to the Daily Mail, body language expert Judy James observed that Bezos didn't pay much attention to Sanchez at the event. James noted, "She stood on the balcony looking high-profile ahead, while all around her engaged in some excited, techie-looking chats." At one point, Lauren reached out to her date to try to get his attention. However, Jeff didn't seem particularly responsive. James noted that he turned toward her briefly, but realized she was just trying to point out the ceiling. He then turned his head away again and started talking to someone else. Interactions like this suggest that Jeff may be dismissive of Sanchez's desire to connect. According to psychologist Mark Travers, this type of behavior could be a red flag for any relationship. In a piece for Psychology Today, Travers wrote that ignoring your partner's requests for attention can bring about, quote, feelings of distance and disconnect. If Jeff has already started ignoring his fiancée in this way, the future of their relationship could be questionable. Jeff's behavior toward his fiancée wasn't the couple's only controversy at the inauguration. Lauren also received quite a bit of criticism for her outfit. She showed up at the event wearing an Alexander McQueen ensemble that revealed a lacy bra, which many people on social media condemned for being too revealing. And among the slew of faceless Instagram commenters, celebrities like Whitney Cummings also weighed in.
I don't blame her, I blame white lace. White lace always looks cheap.
When all this public criticism came to light, some fans looked to Bezos to see if he'd stand up for his fiancée. But over a month later, he has yet to speak up. And while Bezos has kept his opinions to himself, public figures like reality TV star Bethany Frankel and Australian television personality Erin Molan have jumped to Sanchez's defense.
Why can't Lauren Sanchez show a little cleavage at the inauguration? Trump's seen a boob or two in his day.
Maybe he doesn't feel the need to publicly support Lauren, or maybe he wasn't all that thrilled with her outfit choice either. Either way, his silence suggests things aren't as great for the couple as they may seem on the outside. Although it's hard to say exactly what Jeff thought about Lauren's inauguration fit, some sources say that he generally enjoys seeing her show some skin. As one source told the US Sun, the thing with Jeff that nobody realizes is he's essentially a massive nerd, and always has been. That's why he's been so successful as a businessman. When he first got with Lauren, he finally felt like the cool, popular kid at school. The same source went on to say Bezos likes it when Sanchez receives attention from onlookers. They explained, he loves going out with her looking smoking hot. He loves the looks other men give Lauren. It makes him feel powerful that she chose him. While there's nothing wrong with being proud of your partner, feeling a sense of power from their appearance could be a red flag. As psychologist Dr. Perrin Elisha wrote in a piece for Your Tango, focusing so heavily on physical appearance or body parts is a classic sign of objectification. That is not a part of a healthy relationship, and certainly not one meant to last. While Lauren and Jeff have accomplished a lot since they got together, social media has left some subtle hints that all's not right in paradise. Some fans have noticed that Sanchez's social media presence has gotten more revealing in 2025. In February, she wrote on Instagram, "Some years start with turbulence, but that's just the wind reminding you to spread your wings." Could this have been a hint that she's angry with Jeff? Or that the backlash she got about her inauguration outfit hurt her more than she let on? We may never know for sure what turbulence she meant, but it left a lot of people curious about how she's feeling these days. And while Jeff's Instagram features about as many posts of old computers and spacecrafts as it does photos of Lauren, some fans still thought her lukewarm V-Day message could be a sign that she's not as excited about her relationship as she used to be.
After Amazon founder Bezos' marriage to Mackenzie Scott ended in 2019, he quickly found love again with journalist Lauren Sanchez. Their relationship only got more serious when he popped the question in May 2023. Weirdly enough, the two of them reportedly first met thanks to Sanchez's first husband, Endeavor executive chairman Patrick Whitesell. As an insider told Us Weekly, Whitesell introduced Lauren to Jeff and suggested they work together on a documentary. Bezos made good use of Sanchez's talents as a helicopter pilot by having her shoot some aerial footage for his company, Blue Origin. Things ended up becoming romantic between the two of them around the end of both of their respective marriages. Just hours after Bezos announced his split from Scott, a source told People magazine that Sanchez and Whitesell's union was over as well, while also noting, Lauren and Jeff have been spending a lot of time together over the last year and especially the past few months. At first, it was socially at parties, here and there, but their time together has definitely seemed to evolve, raising some eyebrows. The source also insisted that Whitesell and Sanchez's marriage had been on the rocks for a while, and that Whitesell was aware of the new romance. However, the source who spoke to Us Weekly claimed, Patrick was totally blindsided. He had no idea how serious the affair was or how long it was going on for. Shortly after Bezos and Sanchez's relationship became public knowledge, the National Enquirer published explicit texts between the two of them from April 2018. Perhaps the most striking thing about them was the unusual phrasing. As Bezos declared in one, "I love you alive, girl. I will show you with my body and my lips and my eyes very soon."
Phrasing?
Bezos also reportedly included a picture of his private parts along with the messages. Their relationship appeared to have a strong emotional connection by this point as well, as Bezos expressed his desire for deep conversations and longed to see Sanchez for breakfast. The Enquirer posited that Mackenzie Scott started suspecting that her husband's relationship with Sanchez was more than platonic when she learned that they were taking a flight together with nobody else on board. However, Bezos reassured her that it was just a business meeting. The development had dire consequences not just for Bezos and Sanchez's respective marriages, but for his company as well. As Amazon PR chief Greg Berman explained on the Foundering podcast, the CEO image that Bezos had spent 2 decades cultivating of a devoted family man and committed husband was a thing of the past. In a sense, his personal life had become incompatible with his professional responsibilities. In 2019, the Wall Street Journal reported that the National Enquirer had paid Lauren Sanchez's brother Michael $200,000 in exchange for Sanchez and Bezos' racy private messages. This bizarre revelation became even stranger when the New York Post reported that she was the one who actually sent her brother the explicit texts. This claim was bolstered when Gavin DeBecker, Bezos' personal security consultant, told the Daily Beast that Michael was a person of interest in their investigation to find the source of the leak. His motivation was unclear, although DeBecker noted, strong leads point to political motives. However, Michael denied that he was the source of the leak, telling Vanity Fair, Lauren likely shared them with multiple girlfriends, not in a malicious way, that's not her style, but when she's in love, she got a kick out of sharing them. Michael also mentioned that his sister had shown him explicit photos from another lover. However, when he was pressed about whether or not he was behind the text leaks, he coyly answered, I'm not saying I didn't do something.
Let's cut to the chase. Everything that I did was to protect Jeff and Lauren's love affair.
Michael ultimately sued his future brother-in-law in 2020 for defamation for accusing him of sharing Bezos' lewd photos. That lawsuit was dismissed in November, though the legal battle raged on. In January 2021, Bezos demanded that Michael reimburse the $1.7 million he had incurred in legal fees from the case. He was ultimately awarded $218,000. In January 2019, one of Bezos' former friends pointed out to Page Six a huge red flag regarding Sanchez, her tendency to jump from one serious relationship to the next. As this former friend put it bluntly, Jeff Bezos is seriously stupid if he's thinking of marrying her. He's already seriously stupid for giving up half his fortune for her. Sanchez was previously engaged to retired NFL player Anthony Miller, who pointed out another red flag when he talked to the Daily Mail that same year. As he recounted, I couldn't really trust her. She gets around. She was cheating on me with other guys. I found out when I looked in her diary, and I found out more after I broke up with her. However, it's worth noting that another source claimed that Miller was the one who was unfaithful in their relationship. Either way, infidelity was the reason that Michael Sanchez was leery of his sister's romance with Bezos in its early days. In 2019, he told Page Six that she had tried to set up a casual meeting between him and Bezos a year earlier, though Michael made it clear that he wasn't interested. As he declared to multiple friends at the time, "Not my circus, not my clowns." Eventually, though, after much prodding from his sister, Michael grabbed dinner with the couple and realized that their relationship was far more serious than he previously thought.